Hey Blue Jays, it's Miss Sinky, your librarian, and I want to show you how to use Sora today. So, we're going to sign into our portal. Remember, you can always go, if it doesn't come up automatically on your computer, you can always go to launchpad.classlink.com/Fort Worth, spelled out. Okay, so sign in. I'm going to sign in. It's going to ask me to pick my account. And it wants a password. So I'm going to put my password in. I'm not going to tell you. Nope. Oh, not telling you. Okay. So now we're in. Yes, I want to stay signed in. Let's see where we're going. So I want you to use Sora. Sora has online books. Like, we have thousands of online books. It's awesome. I love getting books from there. Also, if you have a Fort Worth Public Library card, you can put it on Sora as well and check out from both libraries. So, when you're in your Launchpad, you want to find Sora, which most of these are in alphabetical order, except for my top part, but go down to the S's, which is going to be towards the end, and here's Sora. It's the little guy going, doo, doo, doo. Okay, that's the guy you want. Click on him, and it might say Fort Worth ISD, and you'll say yes. Okay? All right. Now, if you don't get this, like if it says your school doesn't exist, and you put in 76109, and it still says your school doesn't exist, what you have to do is go here and sign out. Then you'll have to sign in again. So here's what happens. Sora decides that it's only going to be active for a certain amount of time, or let you be logged on for a certain amount of time without you being active. And what it wants is a fresh login. So if you get this, like if you've been logged in a while, and it might be that, you know, the Launchpad is fine, like you can get to all the other ones, but for some reason Sora is fussy and needs a new login. So if you come to that problem, like it's not letting you log on, okay, go back, sign out, and sign back in again. It's trying to sign in as me. It's taking a while. There I am, and password, maybe? Okay, again, I'm going to put my password in. Stop looking. You can't see it. It's my password. It's my. Okay, so now we're going to stay signed in, yes. And we want to go to Sora. Ignore all the millions of tabs I have open because, wow. Okay, again, S towards the bottom. It's a little guy that looks like a rocket man going doo-doo-doo. And you want him. Now, when you first come here, it might also say, blast off, you got your first badge, if you've never used it before, because you can collect badges for doing different things. All right, so when you look here, the first thing you're going to see is new ebook editions. So ebooks are going to be ones that you can read online. Then you have popular subjects, and then you have audiobook editions, new audiobook editions. So you can tell the difference between an ebook and an audiobook because the audiobook will have the headphone symbol and the ebooks will not. So look at this line of most popular. We've got Dogman, Wonder, Naruto, One and Only Ivan, and then Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Now that's the only one with a headphone, so that means that's the only one on this first page that is an audiobook. There are plenty more audiobooks though. And then we've got Battle of the Books. We've got Your Next Great Read. Ooh, there's some good ones in there. Spooky Stories. Read at Your Own Risk. Beware the Dog books. Yay! I love doggo books. Hidden Gems, available now. And Fall Into a Good Book. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to go back up top. And if you want to search for a book, like you don't see your book there, you want to search. You can search. So here I put Dog Diaries, but this time I'm going to say Harry Potter. Harry Potter. So you can see Fort Worth ISD, right? These are all the books. Place hold, place hold, place hold, place hold. Place hold, place hold, place hold, place hold. There's nothing available. Now, if I go to my Fort Worth library, there might be something available. The Cursed Child, The Journey. Ooh, that one's available. And nothing else. Let's see. It says Seymour. Oh, this one has Seymour too. Let's look in Fort Worth ISD first and see if there's any. Borrow. So here's one. I believe it's in Spanish, but that's okay. We could also read a book about who is J.K. Rowling, or Quidditch Through the Ages. I am going to, let's just pick one. Let's pick, well, here, let me show you. It'll tell you what's on hold. So if you haven't read this before and you want to start with the first book, look, let's open it. If you don't know what the book is about, click on it and it will tell you what it's about. It'll also tell you the ATOS level. Remember, if there's an ATOS level, that means there's an AR test. Okay, because ATOS is totally part of AR. And, oops. So, Sorcerer's Stone, first book. And I'll tell you here, all the books in the series and the order. Okay? If you want to place a hold, I can place a hold. Oh, I have too many holds. Wait for another book. Okay. And look here, it says about 13 weeks. That's kind of a long time. So let's look for something else. Let's look for the Dog Diaries I had just looked for. Now, Fort Worth Library doesn't have Dog Diaries, but I mean, Fort Worth ISD doesn't, but Fort Worth Library does. So, look, we have an audiobook and we have the same book in an ebook. Now, if you ever want to listen and read at the same time, get both. So this one's checked out already, but let's do this one. Mission Impossible. Pausable. Silly. Okay, so I'm going to borrow that one. Now what it's going to do is it's going to open it in a new window, and it's ready to go. So when I want to read it, I can just click over here and it'll change the page for me. Or I can do the old-fashioned way and like actually drag it to do the page. And there we go. Let's see. I gotta be at the right spot. Oh boy, I knew it. I just knew it. Only yesterday I was telling my best pooch pals, Odin and Diego, that I sniffed the happiest whiff of a human on the breeze, and now here you are, a human. Okay, so we got that. Now, let's go back to Sora, and let's check out this one now, the audiobook. I'm gonna borrow it. Now this one opens separately, and when we play start, it's going to start playing the book.
Hachette Audio presents Dog Diaries. Mission Impossible. Written by James Patterson and Stephen Butler. Read by Stephen Butler.
Oh boy! I knew it! I just knew it!
So that's how you do it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Now, since I have these, I've already checked them out, right? It says open book, open audiobook, because I have them checked out. So here's what I want to do. I want to right click. Okay, I right click, we get this menu. I want to open this in a new tab. So that means a whole new tab is going to open with it in it. There's my audiobook, right? I still have an hour, 21 minutes left. Now, I want to open this one in a new tab as well. So I'm going to open in a new tab. So we've got this one. Ooh, it opened the same. Sometimes it does that. It doesn't like to do the other one. But just go back and try again. This time I might just open it in here. And there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to start this. And
Hachette Audio presents
Dog Diaries. Mission Impossible.
Written by James Patterson
and Stephen Butler. Read by Stephen Butler.
Oh boy! I knew it! I just knew it! Only yesterday I was telling my best mutt mates, Odin and Diego, that I'd sniffed the happiest whiff of human on the breeze. And now, here you are! A human. Smells like hugs and mischief.
I can't tell you
how exciting it is to know
Okay,
you're...
so that's how you do it. That's how you can do 2 at once. Do you have to do 2 at once? No, you do not. But I wanted you to see how. When you're done reading, even if you need to like put a hold on, like you're in the middle of it and you're going to come back to it, it's okay. You can just close this and it'll save where you are. See, it saved it. It says 7%. And it'll save that for me. When I go back, I can go to that same page. Now, what we need to do is, I'm done with these. Well, I'm not really done with the books, but I want to return them. So I'm going to click on options right here. Options, I'm going to return. Am I going to mark as done? No, because I did not finish it. But will mark return. And then it says, are you sure you want to return? Because they don't want you to return anything you're not ready to. And I'm going to say, yes, return. So I still have this one. These are all the books I have checked out. So I'm going to click on options again because I want to return this audiobook. And I'm going to click return and it's going to say, are you sure? And I'm going to say, yes, I'm sure. And then there you have it. Now with Fort Worth ISD, you can check out 3 books at a time. Okay. But it looks like I have more, right? That's because I have books from the Fort Worth Library. So let me see. We can also look at my holds. As you can see, I have too many on hold. That's funny. And then let's see. You have wish lists. You have history of books that you've checked out or looked at. Either way. And then if you go over here, this is where you can add your other library. So you see where it says add a library? Go there if you have a Fort Worth Public Library card or if you have a Houston Public Library card, and you can put it in there. Now, can you edit this? Yes, because yours should be that little Sora guy and I changed mine to a flower, but that's secondary. That's only when you just have time to do whatever. So this is only extra. All right, here's what's next. Let's go to home. Home. Please go home. Okay. So this one, it says you have no assignments. Teachers can give you assignments here. Loans. Those are all your loans. Recently defined words. So if you have any words that you haven't defined or that you had looked up, which you can totally look up a word, then that's totally fine. So if I'm in, let's see, if I'm in Bob and I want to open the book, and let's say I go to, well, let's do, actually, let me show you stuff in here. Okay. So if I want to make it, that was loud. Okay, if I want to make it look like a regular book where there's 2 columns to read, I can do that by clicking on that column thing that's in the blue. And it looks like a regular book. Or you can just do 1 column at a time and it'll look like that. If you need to change anything, like the font, if you want to make it open dyslexic, this one helps some people read easier. And so definitely try that if you can. And then you can also, I think, make it bigger, which is always a good idea for you because it slows you down just a little bit and helps you understand better. Okay, so I'm going to close that because we're done with that. And now we can start reading. So say there's a word on here that I'm not sure what it means. So let's see. Again, so loud. Let's see. Say I don't know what pecking means. So what I can do is, I think I can double click this. I used to be able to double click it. Search. No. Well. Let's see if I need to do this. Pecking. Nope. Well, maybe it doesn't want me to do it. There we go. I just have to do it slowly, evidently. So you can define it, you can highlight it, or you can search it. So if you want to find the other words in this book that are pecking, you can do that, which is the search. Highlight, if you want to highlight it to save it for some reason later, you can do that. And also define. So you can define it, and it'll go if you're connected to the internet, that is. And it'll say what peck or pecking means. A strike or bite, something with its beak. Pitch forward. So this ones are talking about chickens, right? So it's strike or bite, something with its beak. That's what peck means. And pecking means the doing of that thing. Okay, now I can close that. I'm going to close this and close that. And I'm going to go back home, and it's going to be added to my list. So now I have pecking here, and needed, and cornucopia, and durable, and clamored. So if I need any of these, like I forgot what it meant, if I can't remember what clamored is, I can click on it, and it'll still bring it up. Climb, move, or get in and out of something. And then any notes. You can take notes on here. So on this one, it was a recipe book. It was the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. So I went and said, ooh, great recipe on triple power icy lemon pops. Okay. And you can also highlight like sentences. And so this one I highlighted, well, she's an idiot, and it got saved. So that's how you do it. And you can also even do notes on audiobooks that you listen to. Pretty cool. Okay. Now down here, once you start reading, and it won't do it at first, but once you start getting into your reading, it's going to give you recommendations, which is really cool. It'll be like, hey, have you tried The Sweetest Spell? This book's good. And actually, if you haven't read The Sweetest Spell, it's really good. It's about this girl who knows how to make chocolate, and she's the only one in the whole world who knows how to make chocolate. And so they try to steal her. Anyway, it's really good. Okay, so that's what you do. When you're done, you can just close your tabs, and you're done. Now, if you need to go back real quick, it will save where you were, remember? So go to shelf. I don't have any loans right now. So I'm going to find a book. It doesn't like me right now. There we go. It just took a minute. So I'm going to go to my shelf, and there's my books. You can see what books I have. I can also click on the Me, and that's where you can see all your achievements. That's where you get your badges, and where your icon is, and how much you've read and stuff. It'll keep track for you. All right, that's how you use Sora. I know this is kind of long, but I really want you guys to try using it, especially over the holidays. Enjoy, and if you have any questions, email me at lisa.zinke, so it's lisa.zinkie at fwisd.org. Okay? Email me if you have any questions about this. I'll be happy to help. All right. Bye-bye.